skate and drive part. No, the real answer is that pretty much the entire capital improvement program was blessed back in early summer before the first draft was be completed in early summer. So if conditions changed recently on this, it's because staff was acting on things on the plan from several months ago. That's part one of the answer. Part two of the answer is, I think I already mentioned, this is a fluid document, and just because there's a bunch of projects in here now doesn't mean that these are exactly the ones going to be built in the future. There might be some unexpected funding sources come up that we're able to do some of these and take them out of the program, and other changes. You have to know, too, that under law, we were required to revisit the program every 5 years anyway. And I think that most entities that adopt these mitigation fees on an annual basis do a quick review to make sure it's still appropriate. And there's the ability to adjust the fees accordingly if something is taken out, or in fact something is justified to put in. So it's nothing that's in concrete at this point.
Okay, well, there's just a couple of things that leaped off the page, and I'll shut up at this time. Supervisor Pinches.
Well, a lot of this is calculated, back to this. Is there anybody in this room that believes in the next 20-year period we're going to add 5.5 million square foot of a commercial industrial buildings in the Ukiah Valley? Is there anybody in this room that believes that? Maybe 10% of that. I'd be satisfied with 10% of that. But, you know, that don't throw off these fees by a little bit. It throws them off.
Well,
up to 90%.
In reality, you know, everything in here was developed based on the preferred alternative in the Ukiah Valley plan, and based on the best judgment of the planners that are on board. Now, if this does not materialize, then you won't be collecting the fees, and then you can't build this stuff.
Right.
But the good news is you won't need it all because there won't be that much traffic because nothing new is built. That's the way it works. If everything goes great and materializes, we'll be doing $127 million worth of projects. If in this present economy, if things don't materialize and nothing happens, then you're not collecting much, therefore you can't do very much. But the good news is you won't need that much more improvements because there will be less traffic and impacts.
So it's good news.
Again, it's a fluid thing.
Good answer. Okay.
It was based, the comment was what? Well, she was saying it was based on build-out of the Ukiah Valley plan. So.
Okay.
Yeah, but, okay. Further on it, if you were the first person to come in here and say, okay, I'm going to go in someplace in the Ukiah Valley and I'm going to build a 200,000 square foot building, commercial or resident, industrial, it doesn't matter. You're going to be stuck with a really heavy impact fee. And then the reality of it is you're going to be waiting for all these improvements and there's not enough money there because there's nobody else doing it. So you're going to pay this heavy impact fee, and the improvements aren't going to follow up because there's not enough money to do that. And then, you know, I guess this can lead to a deterrent of anybody like wanting to, you know, we have the industrial land, that's not the question. But what's the incentive to bring that industrial into this impact fee area? Why wouldn't they go someplace else?
Well, some developers actually have the opposite idea, in that they want to come into an area that they're sure are going to invest in the other infrastructure that's not just rate associated with their site. They're concerned about all of the infrastructure in the entire valley. Now, as far as being the first one in, yeah, you may be paying a fee, but that fee is going to go into the pot, and once again, it's going to be probably assessed annually. And if development is concentrating in one area, I would assume the rational thing to do is to take those projects that are in that one area and do those first. And that's why when you adopt this, you don't say, here's our priority, and we're going to do this and this and this. Down the line, you have to be fluid and respond to the way development happens. Currently, what happens with developers in just about anywhere that doesn't have a developer fee, they are being, it's the last one in who gets stuck with the bill, and very often the whole bill to take care of some improvements that will make the whole facility work.
Supervisor Smith.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I mean, just in the interest of moving this along, this really is just today an informational presentation only. We're just receiving the Nexus study. You've explained what it is. You've explained how we got there, and we haven't set any fees or taken any action, or nor is any proposed for today. So I don't think we need to get into the details of how it's going to impact people, because we're not even there yet. All we have is as I think the consultant said, a technical document that is ready and available if the board and the city of Ukiah wish to take action at some future date on some level of